Let's get our monitor going. See if we can get this thing to work. Okay. All right, so what the situation is that we're live today, and my camera's dirty. Hang on a second. Okay, I think that's better. All right, that's what happens when you carry your phone in your pocket and you work in a body shop. Yeah, that's 100% better. I can see now. Okay, so what's going on today is a lot, because we got a lot to talk about. We got Mr. Vega, Robert, how you doing? Luther, Donnie Porter, CRV Dub, Mario Cruz, Andrew, Cars and More, Hoosier's Garage, how you doing? Frank, we got Frank Beto out there, owner of the Rustang, Stevie McKenna. Okay, so we'll go on with the names later, but what's going on is we're going to kind of go over what my friend Pete's been doing this week, and if I got any rants and raves going on. Yesterday, I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I went over to my buddy's house in Albuquerque and picked up my trailer. Now, for all the people that's been watching me for a very long time, on my very last trip to Moab, my very last trip, our trailer collapsed on the highway. We almost lost everything in it and almost flipped the truck and lost Minnie, the body shop girl, as well. So we left the trailer out there. Now, our buddy Paul was using it as a storage unit, and I asked him very politely if I can have my trailer back, and he agreed, yes, you can come get it. So I went and got my trailer. It's not the best trailer in the world. It's a 20-foot trailer, okay? It's a big dog trailer. I'm going to have to rebuild the A-frames on it. I actually got that trailer from our buddy Norm. Nitpick Norm. I traded him out a lot of labor for it. I think I overpaid on the trailer, but at the time I didn't care. I needed the trailer, and it came out to be a very handy item. So I left at 4 yesterday morning, and then this morning I didn't get back till almost 2 in the morning. Very long, extensive drive, but we went and got the trailer and brought it back, and it's here now. Today, I did a lot of stuff today. I unloaded the trailer. I organized the U-Haul yard. I came out here and cleaned my shop out from all the Bondo dust that I created last week. And then I also went ahead and primed a guitar that I started to restore 10 or 12 years ago. And I finally decided I'm going to go ahead and finish it. And we'll get a look at that in a minute. So, I don't like to sit around and be a lazy ass. I am not a fucking couch potato, people. Okay? I have got to be doing something all the time. I've got to be moving around, and I've got to be keeping busy. If I sit around too long, I get anxious. I get over emotional, and I can't handle it. I think something's wrong. I ride my bike every day in the morning. I go out riding my bike. And if I miss a day, I start getting guilt feelings that I fucked up. And when you get into a routine, all right, when you start to do a routine of what's going on and you stick to that routine, if you miss it one time, then all of a sudden you're like, motherfucker, man, I fucked up. Okay, and then the next time you go out, you have this feeling in your mind that you got to do double because you screwed up. Now, there's a lot of lazy-ass people out there that don't do shit, and that's their life. If that's the life you want to live, then that's the life you're going to get. There's a lot of stuff that can get you off of the couch and get you into doing stuff. I don't know what you do. I'm not your mentor. I'm not your brother. I'm not your keeper. But I get a lot of people, they call me on the phone, they email me, they tell me that their life sucks. They throw gestures out that they're very depressed and they don't know what to do and just all kinds of crazy shit. I said crazy shit because that's what it is. It's crazy shit. All right, you got to get off your ass and you got to move. Okay, you got to motivate yourself, kind of like what I do. Most people that went on a long journey like I did yesterday, they wouldn't do jack shit today. They'd sit on their ass and relax and say, "Oh my God, it was so rough and hard yesterday that I got to recuperate from that long drive." Okay, all you did is sit on your fucking ass and drive a car or a truck down the road. It's not like you did anything. Anyway, so what I did this week or last week is I'm finishing up on the bodywork on the GTO. Now, I'm going to grab the camera. We're going to do a little walking around, and we're going to check this stuff out as I talk. So if we look right here, we can see this is the hood for the GTO. And the problem that we have with this hood is that it had extensive hail damage on it. I'm in the process, the very, very extensive, time-consuming. This is time-consuming because it is a delicate operation to fix the hail on a hood like this. There was 3 hail dents right here in this one area. And what happened when that got hailed, what happened is it concaved that whole area in. So if I take my stick now, you can see that this area is now fixed. That area is now fixed and Bondo free, I might say. This dent here was a very minor. That's like, let's say, some Evercoat polyester filler. Same with these. I went ahead and fixed those. And that's when I started realizing we had situations. I contacted the owner and I told him, "You're going to have to buy a hood." Well, those hoods are like $500. I don't like using aftermarket hoods. So I went ahead and I told the owner, "Do not order a hood. Don't order a hood. Let me see if I can fix this one first," which I was pretty sure I could. I just knew it was going to take a long time to do it. You can see I got a pencil mark right here, if you can see that. The reason that pencil mark's there is because the dent in this is approximately, it's about that long. And it starts here and goes there, and it's like this, okay? Here's one right here. You can see how I marked that with a circle, and then the dent's going this way. We got another dent that's this way. This one's minor because there's no circle on it. This one over here, that's an X, and what the X represents is that's just an imperfection. That's really not a dent. But if we come over here, we see the line, and there's a dent going this way. So we got a lot of hail damage on this hood that we got to fix, and I was working on it off and on Thursday and Friday because the other thing I was doing is the body work on the fenders. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, these fenders were junk. These fenders were total trash. Somebody patched them up at one time. We had one of the headlight buckets was falling out completely. You can see here's one of the spot welds where I welded it back in. We had to have these blasted. They were in horrendous shape. Stripping them by hand would have never done the job. You're looking at bare metal right there, to believe it or not. And then, if I wouldn't have taken my time, I've been working on these things off and on for approximately 2.5 weeks. And if I wouldn't have taken my time to hammer and dolly them out and also use my electric dent puller to remove the dents, and then this fender here is off a Tempest or some bullshit, and the antenna was right here. We had to weld that up. If you look real close inside the fender there, you're going to see where We have spot welds and just all kinds of shit going on with these fenders. Let's come over here. We did a lot of metal work to these things. And you can kind of see in here, look at all this going on. Just really, really fucked up. But we went ahead and saved the fenders. This fender right here, no, this fender, I believe it's that fender over here. This was actually a Tempest, 66 Tempest fender. Maybe it's this one here. Well, one of these, I think it's this one here. It had all the little holes. There was like 16 holes where the emblems were the little shark fins. And then both fenders on the bottom down here, those were welded up and patched. I mean, just cheap fucking patch action. Now, the only thing I can do with these fenders at this time is I will have to go ahead and put them into, because I need the lower molding, the rocker molding that goes from the rear fender opening all the way to the front fender opening, because this section down here was manipulated and mangled so bad that to do and finish the bodywork on that section there, I'm going to have the molding. And to ship those moldings is probably really expensive. Well, we'll contact the owner on that. And if the owner is watching this, do not send the fucking molding. I do not want the molding. I will tell you when we need the molding. So please do not send all the moldings out here. We do not want that. Just hang on to them and I will contact you. Do not send them. So once I get the hood and the fenders completely done, the GTO will be 100% paintable except the bodywork on that lower fender right there. So that's a big accomplishment in itself. I decided to go ahead and finish this guitar. Going to be a beautiful guitar. I actually was building that guitar for somebody else. And then I decided, well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and give them another guitar and I'll just finish this one later. Now, this is an American-made USA model PV guitar from the late 80s, early 90s. It's called a Reactor. And I'm going to go ahead and finish that out. I actually have the paint that I mixed 8 or 9 years ago. It's in this can right here. And it's really a beautiful color. I hand mixed that. It's a green, black pearl. And I'm not going to open it. But yeah, beautiful situation. So my main gig this week was right here all fucking week. That's all I worked on all week long, is that right there, people. And then I worked on this Thursday and Friday. Now I'm going to ask y'all a question, and I want an answer. So we're going to go ahead and sit back down over here. Now that you saw what I've been doing, let me get this open. And then we're going to sit down and have a little powwow of what's going on. Okay, so here we are. How y'all doing? This is Pete. We're back. I contacted Mr. Rustang and I told him, well, I got to get this bodywork done on these fenders. It's really bugging the shit out of me that I got to finish it. And it really just comes down to this right here, to be honest with you. What it comes down to is when you start something, you finish it, no matter what the anguish is or the issues or anything else, but that you start a job, you should finish the job. Kind of like riding a bicycle. If you have a route or you got a mileage count in your head, you should finish it out to the end. I get a lot of situations where I don't want to fuck with the shit no more. I just want the owner to come pick it up and get it out of my hair. Complications from A to Z. But I still grit my teeth and I finish what I start. And if you can learn how to do that, you will actually be a better person. So what I did to those fenders is I got almost 2 weeks of labor in them fucking things. It doesn't look like it though. It doesn't look like it. And when I say 2 weeks of labor, almost 2 weeks labor, I'm talking every day. All right. From start of the day to end of the day. That's all we worked on. But when you look at the fenders, they're saying there's no fucking way. You didn't work on those that long. Well, that's one reason I videotape everything, because a lot of people say you're full of shit. Okay. Well, guess what? I got video action of it. Do you know that I used to videotape my work before YouTube was even out? I had old school video cameras and digital cameras and floppy disk cameras, and I would document everything I do, just for the fact that if someone came to me and said, well, you didn't do this, how do I know it took you that long? All right. I got proof. What are you talking about? Here's your fucking proof, buddy. Okay? Because that's the kind of world we live in. Nobody wants to believe anything. But anyway, that's what we're doing on that. Hopefully, I'll get the hood done over here, and we'll be working on that as well. But I want to keep going on with this situation of being depressed and not getting anywhere in life, and just being a basic tree stump that got cut off at the fucking roots, and you aren't growing back. Everybody in the world has issues. I don't care if they're medical, mental, financial, or whatever. Okay? But I'm going to go ahead and lay it down to you, and this is my thoughts on what you can do to make your life better. Now, before we go any further, I just want to let you know, I am not a street preacher. I don't go around telling everybody in the world about Jesus Christ. But I do know one thing. If you believe in Jesus Christ and you do Jesus Christ, your life will start to change. Some people think that, well, that's too hard. I don't want to start doing that today. Why should I start doing that today? I won't see any results. How do I know? Well, how do you know unless you try to get in with Jesus? You don't know. So for anybody out there that's having a shitty life and they don't know where to go, or they don't know what to do, or you don't have a job, or you got all these other issues that might be falling down on you, look at my friend Pete. And I'm gonna focus the camera down here now. I want to do this, okay? Because I'm gonna tell you the fucking truth, okay? I'm not gonna bullshit you. All right, so we're down here, and what you're looking at, I believe you're looking at my knees. I'm waiting for my monitor to come up. I had bad knees. I was in such pain that if I wouldn't have had my knees replaced, I would have been in a wheelchair by now. I probably would have had to call all the owners of these cars and tell them, you need to come get them. I'm out of business. And I am not bullshitting. I'm telling you the honest truth, that my knees were that bad, okay? I think I posted some pictures of my x-rays where it's bone on bone like this. All right, and all these white specks all the way around my knee on the x-ray. Thousands and hundreds and thousands of all these little white. I thought that it was grain in the, I thought it was grain, like a bad picture that they took. You know what it was? It was bone spurs. And then on this side, when you get arthritis in your knees, this is where you get the arthritis, right here. This is where the arthritis grows, in this area. They cut the skin back. When they went in there, they cut it here, and then they fold it back. I wasn't awake when they did it. They go inside here, and they take all that arthritis out, and then they sew all that back up. And it's one of the most painful things you'll ever go through for approximately 2 or 3 months. But if you do what you're supposed to do, and you get off your fucking ass, and you fucking are a positive person, you will survive, and your knees will be good again. This knee is actually going to be 1 year anniversary in approximately a week. I had this one done in November. I ride my bicycle 18 fucking miles minimum every day, except like yesterday. I'll be doing it tomorrow. All right? I hike mountains. I go out and I ride my mini bikes. I take my razor out and I fucking enjoy life, and I don't sit on the fucking couch complaining. My knees were replaced, and they were replaced because Jesus Christ replaced them. Now, if you want to go ahead and click out on this video because I'm talking about God and Jesus, do it. Go ahead. Because there's somebody out there that's going to listen. So I don't need you to listen if I'm boring you. My knees were replaced because of Jesus. I'm going to go ahead and bring the camera back up here, and I want you to listen really close to this. When I moved from Dallas, Texas, I had no insurance. I used to have Obama insurance. Our deductible with Obama insurance was $10,000 per person before they would pay anything. I went to the doctors one fucking time with Obama insurance. The doctor, which was my primary doctor that you have to pick for the program that you're in, was non-speaking English doctor. He was a Middle Eastern doctor that did not speak English and had a translator with him in the fucking doctor's room. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. It was about trigeminal nerve right here. I got a popping jaw and it snapped this nerve. If you took your finger like this and just went like that, not even touching it, electrical shocks would go through my face. This fucking doctor that I saw, this fucking Middle Eastern piece of shit that shouldn't have even been a doctor in America. I don't know how the fuck these type of people come over here. In the state of Texas, they actually got a law there that if you have a medical doctrine, a proof of schooling from your country, that's good enough for Texas. You're a fucking doctor here. No, we're not going to check it out. If you got the document that says it, yeah. But if you want to get a passport and you're an American, your regular fucking birth certificate doesn't work. You got to go through all these channels. It's stupid. Okay, foreigners and immigrants and illegals, they have more fucking rights here than I do. So anyway, I'm at the doctor's. To make the long story short, the fucking guy says, I need to touch it. I need to touch. Without touch, I no good that thing. Got to touch. And I'm like, why do you need to touch it? I went like this and I'm like, motherfucking hurting. He takes his pen and he fucking goes like this. Does that hurt? The lady next to him is saying, Is that hurt? Does that hurt? Get that fucker away from me. What the fuck are you doing? Oh, yes, it hurt. Yes, it hurt, yes. You know what the fucking guy said? I give you this pill for diabetic, for feet. You take that pill, it fix your nerve. This is for nerve pill for feet. They told me they were going to call a nerve specialist and set an appointment because that's how the Obamacare is, okay? I called him 2 weeks later. I said, yeah, who are you? Hello? You were here 2 weeks ago. Hang on a minute. 35 minutes later on hold. Oh, yeah, how you doing, Peter? We haven't contacted them yet, but we're in the process of doing that, and we'll call you as soon as we contact them. Click. Never fucking heard from him again. Never went to another fucking doctor. I think we were paying, $280 a month for this fucking Obama insurance for me and Minnie that we had to pay. I think it was $10,000. It might have been $15,000. I don't know. So anyway, in the meantime, Minnie's doing fine. my knees are starting to really fucking hurt. I got carpal tunnel in this one for 5 years now. Okay. We moved to Utah. I go to the hospital because they said I had COVID, which I don't fucking believe it. I think I had a heat stroke. Minnie does too. And they told me, don't pay us. We don't want you to fill this application out for Medicaid. I fill it out. And sure enough, we qualify for Medicaid. We qualify for Medicaid. I was shocked. If I was in Dallas, Texas, they would have said, get the fuck out of here. If you don't have insurance, fucking leave. That's what they did to Minnie when she broke her leg in 2 places. They kicked her out on the street and said, fuck off. Get out of here. We don't want you. Go back in my videos on this channel. You're going to see that video. Okay? We get to Moab, Utah. We get Medicaid. We find out that Minnie had cysts in her body that need removed. We find out that Minnie had other health issues that we got fixed. And if we wouldn't have moved to Utah and got the Medicaid, Minnie would probably be dead by now or have massive cancer in her body. I got my knees fixed. If I wouldn't have moved to Utah and got Medicaid, I would be in a fucking wheelchair or on my way to one, and I wouldn't be doing this, I can tell you that. My life would be ruined. And I'm going to tell you what did all this. It wasn't from us moving to Utah. It was Jesus telling us and forcing us to move to Utah. Now, I had some scumbag piece of shit out there tell me that I hide behind the Bible. I hide behind the Bible. Fuck you. Just because you don't believe in Jesus doesn't mean you're going to throw that rap on me, bitch. I believe in the Bible. I don't hide behind shit. If I hid behind stuff, I definitely wouldn't be making fucking YouTube videos. Okay? I'm going to be honest with you. Believing in Jesus Christ and practicing Christianity, Catholicism, because that's what I am. I'm a Catholic. I was born and raised Catholic. I'm going to die a Catholic. Whatever religion you believe in, as long as Jesus Christ is involved in it, stick with it. Because Jesus Christ is the one that fixed my knees, not Medicaid. He's the one that led me and Minnie here. He's the one that brought me here. He's the one that helped me build my shop. And if you get it right with Jesus and you go to church and you participate, your life is going to change too. You will see the change. But if you don't and you sit on your ass and you take the focus away from Jesus, your life's going to be exactly what the fuck you are now. It's that simple. I get up and I am motivated to do what I do because that voice in my head is telling me, don't sit on your ass. Do something today productive. Show me that you can finish that fucking job no matter what. Accusations, anguishes, ups and downs you come through, my friend Pete. Fucking do it. This is not a speech that I'm giving for one particular person. So if you called me on the phone or if you've texted me and told me your issues and sat there and talked to me about your problems, this isn't about you. This is about everybody out there that needs to get their life straight, plain and simple. People look at me and they think I'm rich. You know what? I am fucking rich. I am rich. I don't care how much fucking money I got in the bank because I'm rich right here. I'm rich right here. I don't need fucking money. I don't need to showboat myself and show people, look what I got. Look at what I have. Mine's better than yours. I don't do that shit. I don't play that fucking game. And I don't care. Okay? Money is nothing but a fucking material item that you can't take with you when the time comes. The only thing money is good for is to pay your bills and put food on the table and gas in your fucking car. And that's it. If you live to play the stocks and the market so you can put money in your bank, you, my friend, are preaching to the wrong fucking God. Okay? Plain and simple. I didn't want to come on here and talk about all this, but I went to church this morning, and the speech or the speaker, whatever you want to call it at church, the session was about not focusing. When you stop focusing, then that's when it all falls apart. St. Peter looked at Jesus, and they were out on the lake or the river or wherever they were, and said, "Prove to me that you're Jesus Christ, that you're God. Prove to me." He said, "Get out of the boat and walk on the water." Well, I can't do that. Get out of the boat, walk on the water. That's what Jesus told Peter. So Peter says, okay, I'm going to get out and I'm going to walk on the water. And he is focusing on Jesus, okay? But all of a sudden, the hard wind started blowing. And when the hard wind started blowing, Peter lost his focus because disruption entered his life. And once that disruption entered his life, he took his focus off Jesus and he fell into the water. He got back in the boat and said, "Why did I fall in the water? I took 2 or 3 steps and I was doing fine, and all of a sudden I fell in the water when the big wind came and almost overturned our boat." Because you lost your focus, Peter. And when you lose your focus, you lose it all. All I can say is my knees were replaced by a miracle. I mean, that's the only answer I have for it, people. My carpal tunnel, and I just had surgery right here. There's a nerve that goes up your arm, and then it goes to your 2 fingers here. That's part of your carpal tunnel, believe it or not. The carpal tunnel here goes to these 2 fingers in your thumb, and then this carpal tunnel, this nerve here goes to this. I just had that fixed, okay? So you stay in focus, and shit will fucking happen for you. When you lose that focus, and you sit there, why me? Why me? I hate this. I don't like that. There's a lot of shit I don't fucking like. I get on here and I tell people about shit I don't like around here. But that doesn't stop me from focusing on what I need to do or who I need to believe in. Does that make sense? Don't let the obstruction get in your way and put you on the fucking ground. You have got to stand up, look up, and be proud of what you're doing, whether it comes out like shit and you have to do it over because you're learning from your mistakes, or you do an awesome fucking job and it takes 2 weeks to do it. I really don't have any shout outs for anybody special today. But I do want to shout out that this is Sunday, and I want to shout out Jesus Christ. I picked a lady up yesterday. Me and Minnie were in Albuquerque. We had to go to Harbor Freight. When the trailer almost flipped over and the bottom fell out of it, it dragged the wires on the ground and ripped the wires apart. So I had to rewire all those fucking wires to get it back here. And this lady says, she had $20 in hand and says, "If you give me a ride 2 blocks home with all my groceries, I'll give you $20. So I didn't take her $20 at that time. And I told Minnie, get out of the truck, put one of the seats down, clear everything out, let's get her groceries. It was like 198 degrees in Albuquerque yesterday. And I didn't want to see this lady walking. She was a Native American Indian lady. I don't know what what Indian tribe she was with or whatever. Very nice lady, very nice person. And I asked her, I said, "So you watch YouTube?" "No, I'm a TikTok fanatic." It seems like everybody is doing this all day long. That's what they're doing. And they got their phone like this all fucking day. And they're acting like, motherfucker, I just bought this phone a year ago and the fucking battery's already going fucking dead. It's going dead. I got to get another battery for my fucking phone. This is bullshit. You know why the fucking phone's going dead? You know why the battery's going dead? Because the motherfucker is on all the time. The thing's heating up. It's ready to explode in your fucking hand. Production, people. Look. Okay? Production line. Production. When you get out there in the world or wherever the fuck you're at, go out in your backyard and chop the weeds, you're going to get sweaty, you're going to get hot, you're going to get pissed off. Okay? You're not going to like it, but in the end, when you're done, you're going to go in the house and drink a tall glass of water, and you know what you're going to say? You're going to say this. You're going to say, motherfucker, I fucking chopped all them fucking weeds. And you're going to go out there in about 35 or 40 minutes and look at it, and you're going to say, God, what a difference it made. I've never seen my backyard like this. And then the next day, you're going to wake up, you're going to go out there, and you're going to pick all them weeds up, you're going to throw them in the trash, and then you're going to find something else to make your backyard look better. Because now you have accomplished something, you've kept your focus, and you're fucking moving forward. You can't do it with this fucker here in your face like that. It ain't going to work. This is the focus you're going to... That's the only fucking shit that's going to happen. Do you know that most people today, most of the accomplishment that they make in their fucking life is this? The next thing they know, like, oh my God, son of a bitch, I've been sitting here for 5 fucking hours. Oh, gosh. Oh well, fucking day's gone now. Might as well keep going. It doesn't make sense, people. It does not fucking make sense. Okay? I got bad fucking knees. I had bad knees because I fucking get out there and I work for a living. I had carpal tunnel because I get out there and I accomplish shit. And I fucking do what I got to do what I got to do to get it fucking done right. I got people that call me, they want me to work on their cars because they can't find nobody else to trust or who's going to fucking do the job. I don't know how many times I hear, I had my truck in this guy's shop and he ripped me off $7,000. I took it to another shop, they took me for $4,000. I got $13,000 in this truck and it's a piece of shit. Can you fix it, my friend Pete? Can you do that for me? You're the only one I trust. Well, I'm a one-man operation, okay? I can only do so much fucking work. But by God, let me tell you something. When I do my fucking work, I want my fucking money. Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense at all? Because I accomplished something and I kept my focus? I like to get paid for what I do, bitch. That's all I ask. So I can put gas in my car, put food on my table. Focus, people. That's all you got to do in life. And believe me, doing that, is not focusing.